Welcome back. You're now watching the political segment on the weekend show. It's popularly said in Nigeria that there are no permanent enemies or friends in politics. The last 1 week, we've seen all over the media as different political bigwigs from across the board, across different parties, have mentioned and have come together to do a press briefing on a potential coalition. Now, we've seen several people who have also been quiet, like the former Minister of Transportation, coming out to say Nigerians are hungry, Nigerians are suffering. We've seen former presidential candidates, presidential aspirants, a two-time former Senate president come together to say this is what we want. We want a change of government in 2027. However, some people have said that the reason why we hear these complaints is because they are no longer in the position, and so it's now a roulette of you're okay until you're out of it, then it becomes your turn. However, a big question which comes to mind is where are the young people in all of these agitations which we have seen? From the APC, which is the ruling party, to the Labour Party, which championed a useful movement in the last election, and now with ADC, where we are seeing a lot of politicians from the class of 99 trying to come to ask for a change in Nigeria. What roles are available for young people? Are we sitting and watching, or are we taking the fall? Fortunately, I have two people who are massive advocates for young people and the youth joining us to have this conversation. We have
Honorable Idris Ibrahim Kalgo, member of the ADC. Also, we have Prince Kennedy Ahanutu, National Youth Leader for the Labour Party. Good morning, sirs. Welcome to the show.
gentlemen, welcome back. Honorable Idris, I saw you look at me when I said we are the young people because you are here. However, so do I say congratulations on your new party? Are you still a member of the PDP or are you fully a member of the ADC at this point?
God forbid to be a member of the PDP.
Did you just say God forbid?
God forbid. We are ready to win election. We have lots of youths and there are lots of Nigerians who want this government to be out come 2027. That's why we now in ADC. I'm a full-time member of the ADC now.
Is the ADC pretty much the PDP without Minister Wike?
I think we're making Wike more relevant person, but unfortunately, and then the bitter truth is not relevant. People think that he's relevant. He's just there making mouths. All he do is just to spend FCT money on the media charts, monthly basis, which has no any base.
Will you say the PDP is dead?
Absolutely dead.
Okay, so with this current coalition, you have been a staunch supporter, a loyal supporter of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who is now one of the leading voices in the ADC. If he doesn't get the ticket for the presidential candidate of ADC and decides to leave the party, will you stay or will you leave?
We at the ADC, we have something in common. ADC come first, not individual. Atiku, Amechi, Peter, Obi, Erefai, and the rest, they are all members of the ADC. ADC come first. Nobody's above the law. And all of us, as long as we are going to be a member of the ADC, you must abide by the rules and regulations of the ADC. Unlike the PDP, this is the problem we're having in the PDP. They don't have any direction. Somebody will play anti-party politics, no discipline, nothing. National Working Committee dancing to the tune of one person because he used to give them some little change. That's not political party. So in ADC, whoever emerges as a presidential candidate, we are going for that person, 100%.
Before Tender asks Prince Kennedy a question, we've also seen some aggrieved members of the APC join the ADC. And I ask this question again because a couple of months ago you were here as a member of the PDP, and the PDP has had almost nothing nice to say about the APC. And we've had people who have served in the last 10 years in the APC government, I mean prior to the last two, who you have spoken against the position which they put Nigerians in. How do we now reconcile that conversation with those people who are the problem of Nigeria now coming together to save Nigeria in the ADC?
Let me say this right. They are not among the problems. For example, you can be working in a parastatal with your boss doing some things which is wrong, which you don't like. What would you do first? You have to talk to your boss, make some corrections, ask him this is wrong and this is supposed to be right. When they were in the APC, these are people who are trying to see that things are going in place, who are trying to make sure that things go right for Nigerians. So now they feel like this is not something that we can all be part of.
Excuse me.
So they feel like the best thing they can do is to get themselves out of the APC, have a platform where it's going to be strictly about the betterment of the country, where the people, the Nigerians, will feel the real dividend of democracy, where everybody will be carried along. So this is why they all left the APC, because it has nothing to show. And if you look at them, most of them, that's why in our coalition declaration on last Wednesday, you can see the former the former national chairman of the APC when you go, and then you can see people like Rotimi Amici and Mala Nasser Arafai. These are people who did not play any part of this government. Some people will say, is it because they did not give the appointment? No. Tinubu will die to have those people on his side. If some people feel like, okay, they left because they have no any appointments, we're just deceiving ourselves. He will die to have them. That's why if you look at the media now, all they are doing every day, now talking up and down, the coalition is not going to work, it's not going to stand. If it is not going to stand, why are they worried? You get worried when you know something is going to hit you back. So if it is not something that you think is not going to get you out of power, then you should be relaxed. But they know that ADC is here to stay, and ADC is here to win the election. Nigerians are tired. They want this government out by 2027. And with this caliber of people in the ADC and the billions of the youths who are backing this ADC, we are ready to go.
Okay, my question is directed to Mr. Peter, National Chairman of the Labour Party. Of course, the hottest topic in the political scene right now is the ADC and Mr. Peter Obi, former governor and presidential candidate of the Labour Party. So what is the crux of this alliance with the African Democratic Congress? Is this like a prelude to a decamping, or is this a merging of parties? What exactly is the plan with this coalition?
Are you referring to
Yes,
me?
please.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. Good morning, Nigerians, and good to be here again. To start with, the Labour Party is totally not part of this coalition. Labour Party is a political party that believes in social democracy and is an institution that believes in institutional sustainability. Labour Party have a crop of politicians that are not career politicians. They are professionals in their little way, but trying to make input in leadership development of Nigeria. Yes, I agree. This government is a mess. In fact, if we had option, they should end this government now and bring back the man who won 2023 presidential election, that is Peter Obi. We won that election. I was in the campaign with him. And he ran with the philosophy of Labour Party. That is from consumption to production. Today, we have people that felt there is need to remove this government of APC. The same people that you saw there, for example, the man that finally is becoming the national chairman of ADC, I remember was 8 years Senate president in Nigeria. What are the landmark legislation that he gave to Nigeria that is sustained till date? I remember that constitutional amendment started during his tenure. Nothing happened till date. We are still battling with it. This was still a man that became a minister, became a governor at the age of 37, 38. He's over 70 today. He's still juggling to be a national chairman of a political party. Does he mean, excuse me, does he mean that they never had people they mentored? Does it mean that Nigerian youths are not truly growing? Does it mean that Nigerian youths are stunted in growth? Does it mean that Nigerian youths are not qualified enough? Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, with due respect, I was in secondary school when he was vice president of this country. And I'm turning 41 by October this year. And I've not been able to hold any leadership position in this country. They only get us to be their PAs and SAs under the mango tree. Not PAs and SAs that affect policy. I'm shocked when my brother said that you can be in an office with your boss and he does things you will tell him he doesn't do. What makes you a man is that I will tell you, sir, what you are doing is not good. If you continue to do it, I resign. It happened in Akwa Ibom, is it Akwa Ibom or Cross River, that a governor wants to defect to APC. A young commissioner told the governor, I will not go with you because I have an ideological issue with this movement. The guy did what? He stayed and resigned his commissionership. You can't prove that Malami, who sat on many court judgments in Nigeria as Attorney General of Nigeria during Buhari's regime, you can't prove that he advised Buhari and Buhari refused to take it. You can't prove that El-Rufai, who defended Tinubu, who defended Buhari, that took us aback, you can't prove that he advised Tinubu or he advised Buhari and refused to take it. There is no proof to it. There are endless talkings that are happening in Nigeria. But if we want to accept reality in Nigeria, the truth is that there are elite conspiracy to perpetually keep Nigerian youths under the carpet. And I feel that enough is enough. And that is why I'm supporting my party for not be. Look, we didn't run any alliance to have won 2023 general election. Mr. Peter Obi remains clean. And if you look at him that day, he's feeling strange among them. You saw how quiet, look at the pictures. You saw how quiet the man was looking. Because they are not the same bedfellows. Mr. Peter Obi will not have supported Buhari to do what he did.
Prince Kennedy, but if I recall, in those same videos, I saw Mr. Peter Obi smiling, and I think I saw a video where he got into the same car with his principal. So we make it sound like he was uncomfortable with it.
He smiled when they gave him, you know, when in an occasion you give a man a good intro, you must smile.
Is Peter Obi
he was given a good intro by a man who danced on the street that brought Buhari to us.
Is Peter Obi still in the Labour Party?
He said he's still in the Labour Party.
He
said he's still in the Labour Party. Me, Prince Kennedy Ahanotu, I am still in the Labour Party. I am a member of the Labour Party. In fact, I didn't join the Labour Party because of any individual. I took time to study the manifesto of the party after the passage of Not Too Young to Run in 2016. And I decided to join the Labour Party. And next year will make it 10 years that I've been a stable member of Labour Party.
Do you believe in Peter Obi as a potential leader for the country?
Of course.
So if Peter Obi decides to move to ADC because of your belief in him, is that enough reason for you to move?
Never. Because I believe that moving to ADC does not align with the my principle of what democracy should be. Democracy should be built on sustainable institutions, not on personal interests, not politics of convenience, not trying to mingle and dine with people I know that they've not meant well for the country because of my personal ambition. No, it's better you remain where you are and continue to shout. Fowl said, I'm not shouting for the bird not to carry my chicken. It's for the people to hear my voice. If today Peter Obi joins ADC and ADC fails again, he is part of them.
Let's bring Faduri Oluwadare Joseph on. He's joining us virtually. He was a presidential aspirant of the Labour Party, and he is part of the global leader rescue movement for New Nigeria. Mr. Fadiri Oluwadare, I remember when Peter Obi was given the Labour Party ticket, you felt you were robbed of that. And we've seen how the Labour Party got entangled in a lot of legal cases. What's your take on the new coalition, especially seeing that Dumebi Kachiku has come out to say that he doesn't understand that faction and that's not part of the ADC, considering the experience which you went through?
Thank you for having me this morning. And I want to thank the vibrant man in the studio who has been actually given a very empirical fact. The fact remains that when you look at the people that are bringing themselves together as a coalition because they want to defeat the incumbent, when you look at their antecedent, then you will know that they are not coming together because they care about Nigerians. They are not coming together because, oh, it is now they realize that, Nigeria is on the wrong path. These are people that we know them, that they were the one that brought the country where it is, where Tinubu picked it from, and even destroying them all. So, if a man has a principle, if a man has an ideology, I don't think such a man should go and even sit with them or go and do anything with these people. Because I said a month ago that 2027 election is going to be about the politicians and the people. Even when there was no ADC, we had politicians defecting to APC. I said, no problem, they can defect as much as they want. But Nigerian people in 2027, 200 million people will decide what will happen. Not these 2,000 people that are playing politics up and down. The day they do 1+1 equals to 3 is over because Nigerians are now wiser. People are now aware of what is happening around them, what is happening in governance. And the people now are going to a point where they say enough is enough. Though the alliance is not going to work because I don't think Nigerian people are going to buy it. And anyone who is joining some alliances means that the person in the first place has no clear ideology. Because if you have a clear ideology, you won't join in with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, El Rufai, every one of them in that coalition. We know their antecedent. They didn't care about Nigeria. They are not doing it for Nigerians. They are doing it because they are not in power. They want to return back to power. What Nigerians need in 2027 is not agree politicians who wants to get back to power, but genuine leaders who wants to make our country great again. So that is where I have a problem with the coalition. And to see Mr. Peter be part of them is more disappointing. But it's not that disappointing to me because I know Mr. Peter be more than the people who are supporting him. Nigerians wanted a true change. And some people felt they can find that change in him. I would have wanted Mr. Peter to stay in the Labour Party. Let us put the party together. But if you cannot do that and you run into a coalition, then what happens tomorrow if coalition also crashes? You go back to another party? No. So if your home is in trouble, stay and fix the home. Labour Party is supposed to be the formidable opposition right now, not ADC, not PDP, not any party. But instead of us to fix that party, we'll allow the party to go in disarray, to get destroyed, many factions, nothing is happening. Then where is the competency and capability of a man who claims to be capable and competent? I'm not sure Nigerians are going to follow him to ADC. So this election is not going to be determined by these politicians. Nigerians will determine it. And we're going to see that in 2027.
Mr. Andy, it feels like most members of the Labour Party are really not in support with this coalition movement with Mr. Peter Obi. But still on this topic of deflections, coalitions, and alliances, Mr. Joseph, I would like to ask you, recently there have been a lot of political power moves in recent times. The national chairman of the APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, resigned a few days ago, and the word on the streets is that this resignation is as a result of former Governor Kwankwaso's alleged agreement with the president to join the APC. What is your opinion on that, please?
Thank you, Madam, for that. The ruling party, to a large extent, felt that they have all it takes to win every election. So they are doing their calculations based on their own analysis, but forgetting the fact that Nigerians are the ones to calculate next election. If any politicians in Nigeria cannot borrow from 2023, that in 2023, what they were calculating was not what happened. Nigerian people rose up themselves and say enough is enough. And to a large extent, we almost got the presidency, changing the power from this set of leaders. So in 2027, if APC is thinking that because Kwakwanso has power in Northwest and they're going to pull him to be VP to Mr. President, they can do all they want. But the people of Nigeria, the youth of Nigeria who have been sidelined for so long, the market women that they just use and dump, the Christians, the Muslims, Nigerian youth, Nigerian children, Nigerian people, ordinary people of Nigeria, 200 million of Nigerians will determine this election. Not APC, not the presidency, no coalition. So they can play all their cards the way they want, but this election will not be like every other election we have been having, where people don't pay attention, where there's voter apathy. Nigerians have realized now that the destiny is in their hands. And if they're going to have a rescue or a change in our country, then it must start from them voting the right people. So they can play their cards as they want. Nigerians will decide in 2027. Not Kwakwanso, not President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, not Alhaji Atiku Abubakar or the rest of them who are playing their cards.
Thank you very much, Faduri Oluwadare Joseph, for joining us. Oluwadare Joseph was a Labour Party aspirant in the 2023 election. We'll come back to the studio. Honorable Idris, I remember watching Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo after the joint press briefing, the meeting on the coalition on Wednesday, where he had mentioned the 2027 election is not about the politicians, it's about the people. And Faduri has just said the same thing. But we've also seen Kenneth Okonkwo go from the APC to the Labour Party, now to ADC, and some people have faulted the inconsistencies. Same as which we've seen with the likes of Rotimi Amechi, Madam Nasser El-Rufai, who people have said has been against every government he has worked with at an initial stage. Do you think, like both of them have said, and Prince Kennedy also said this, that 2027 election, it's about the people versus the politicians?
Absolutely. But I don't understand what they mean by between the people and the politicians.
So it's the old guard versus what the people actually want. And so for context, we had a system, and we still have a system where less than 5,000 people decides who wins the primaries, who gets into power, and who run the country out of 220 million. So if 40% of that, about 90 to 100 million people are eligible voters, do you think that the voters actually have the right to go out and decide who wins the election and that will stand?
Absolutely. We have seen what happened in the last election, where I think we got almost 7 million. Peter Obi got 6-point-something million as well. So, and then all these individuals are now they're coming together to say, okay, now we need to work under the coalition too. And with all look of things, all of them are coming back to ADC, hopefully, which we're expecting anytime soon they will start declaring. It's all about calculation in politics. If you put Peter Obi's votes and that of Atiku's votes, what are you getting? And then now you have Malam Nasser El-Rufai, and now you have someone like Amechi. So you see, this is going to be millions of votes. Let me get this thing right. Peter Obi is the Labour Party. Labour Party become who they are now because of Peter Obi, not because of Labour Party as it is. Wherever he goes, the obedient will follow him, not the Labour Party itself.
But young people on X, formerly called Twitter, will beg to differ. I see the comments, and they are quite doubtful of Peter Obi taking that decision without them.
He is their principal.
They decided
are hoping
to follow him. He didn't
That's why
impose himself on
we
them.
are going to have primaries. If Peter Obi emerge, all of us will rally behind him. If someone else win the primaries, the obedient will surely follow him because they believe in him. He controlled it. He controlled the obedient movement. If he talked to them, they'll listen. Not the Labour Party National Working Committee.
Prince
He
Kennedy, you
is
want to
the.
say something?
I want to say something.
Let me
Okay,
finish.
let
Let me
him
finish.
land.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Because where was Labour Party before Peter Obi? It is not even about the Labour Party. It is about the obedience movement. I'm sure you watch all the social media. Who were pushing for Peter Obi? Was it the Labour Party? Where was the Labour Party then? It is the obedient. This is someone, let me just give you this reference. He's here. They went into last election with less than 20,000 polling unit agents. We have about almost 178,000 polling unit agents.
That's the wrong information.
Let me finish. What are you talking?
Very wrong
Let me finish.
You
Let me
have an
finish, brother.
opportunity to
Let me
respond.
finish. Let me finish. Now
You
we have
can't
all
say
this in there.
that in my
Let me
front.
finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. But because the obedience stood for Obi, they make sure that each and every one of their vote counts. They protect their votes. It is about Obi. It's not about the Labour Party. Get this thing right. So if now I saw one of their posts saying that they gave him 48 hours to declare like he should leave the Labour Party. The moment Peter Obi says, I am out of Labour Party is dead. There will never be Labour Party.
Can I come in here?
Let me finish.
Let's
There
not
will
be
never.
discussing Labour Party. Let's discuss. He has deviated from the question.
I mean, we're talking about the coalition, which has to do with the parties, and so we have
Labour
to.
Party have said they are not part of the coalition. Now he's discussing.
Okay,
Labour
so 1 minute for you to round up, so we could hear his.
Thank you.
rebuttal.
Okay, let me put this in straight. The ADC is here to win election. This is the ADC time. And thanks to Rotimi Amechi, thanks to Atiku Abubakar, Malam Nasser Arafai, David Mark, and Peter Obi as well. With all these people in the coalition, there will be no way Tinubu can win presidential election 2027. If he like, he can make his son the INEC chairman. Whatever he do, this is the time, and Nigerians had enough of him. The suffering is too much. We want a change. We want something new and different. And then these people say it is enough. Among themselves, they're going to get, after the primaries, whoever emerge will surely, inshallah, be the next president. And I'm sure, after the primaries, my brother here will join us at the coalition.
Prince Kennedy, I know you have a rebuttal, but I'll let you have your rebuttal and your closing words in the next 2 minutes, because I like that's a good place for you to
You know,
leave it.
you gave Idris more time than me. But I'm not
He was
complaining.
rebutting, so
I'm
but
not
please go
complaining
on.
anyway. But
Yes.
let me start from here. Number one, I'm happy that they have accepted the product called P2B today. He was in the PDP when they rejected him, pushed him away. All political parties in Nigeria refused to accept P2B. It was only Labour Party, unconditionally. He said there's nothing like Labour Party. Labour Party have produced a governor in Nigeria. That governor, at some point, Ondo Mimiko, became the best governor in Nigeria. His legacy still stands today. Labour Party produced Omar Agege, the former deputy senate president, before he defected. If Labour Party was nothing, they would have been deregistered. Then we have over 80 political parties in Nigeria. Many of them were deregistered. Why didn't Labour Party? Why didn't they deregister Labour Party? So I'm happy that they have come to accept the product of Labour Party in 2023. Maybe in 2027, they will also accept another product, because the Labour Party is an institutional political party that believes in sustainability of an institution, not empowerment of an individual. What is happening in Nigeria is that we worship an individual. Look at how they are. He's worshiping Malam Nasir El-Rufai today because he is now in ADC. He didn't worship Malam Nasir El-Rufai when Malam Nasir El-Rufai, against ethics of due process, introduced same-faith ticket in Kaduna State. This thing that is happening in Nigeria, it was Malam El-Rufai that tested it in Kaduna by bringing a Muslim governor and deputy governor.
Understandable, Prince Kennedy. Just to interject, you talk about worshiping a person.
Yes.
The Labour Party is number one when it comes to creating
How?
a demigod and
How?
worshipping person.
How?
If we're speaking fairly,
He said he's
no,
obedient.
I know, yes, and so
That Labour
I
Party.
recall a Labour Party chieftain saying in the media last week that they regret naming the youth arm of the Labour Party Obedience. The Labour Party didn't name the youth arm Obedient. People came together, rallied, and made this person their leader and almost supreme being for the party. So isn't it contradictory when you're saying they are worshipping when your party is at the fore of
The
that?
party don't worship individual. That is the problem of PDP today. The PDP were worshiping Wike, clapping for him. And today they couldn't solve Wike's problem. You saw Labour Party suspending Alex Oti, who committed anti-party. Which other political party can suspend their governor? Alex Oti used ZLP to do local government election. Pure anti-party. He conveyed an illegal meeting in Omoahia. Pure anti-party. And the party disciplined him. Let the PDP discipline Wike.
30 seconds.
Why can't they?
What are your final words to Nigerians?
My
as
final
we
words
get
to
this
Nigeria
season?
is that if no young person is willing to challenge these bourgeois, we run for presidential election in 2027. We must challenge the rascality of these old politicians. Enough is enough. Enough of their wayo. They are
Thank you,
doing us
Prince
wayo.
Kennedy. Thank you, Honorable Idris. This
Thank you
is
for having
a
us.
developing story, and so we will continue this conversation. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll also bring both of you back
Yes,
to discuss
me and Idris.
political parties as their ideologies, because we're hearing that this is no longer about ideology. Some people are saying philosophy, some people are saying about the party, but thank you so much. Joshua Fathery, thank you so much for joining us as well and for your opinions. In 30 seconds, what's your final words to Nigerians as we prepare for the 2027 elections?
Thank you, and thank to everyone in the studio. My final word is to Nigerian people. My fellow Nigerians, 2027 is about you, about making Nigeria great again. Nigeria has been one of the best countries in the world before, until we have these leaders who from PDP, we saw our country move to APC, and now they left APC or whatever parties they have to align themselves in the coalition called ADC. They are not there because of you. They are there because they want to get back to power. Some of them are now broke, or some of them are just looking for power by every means. In 2027, Nigerians must come together as a people and make a clear choice, not from these old politicians, but from new generational shift of power, so that we can actually have a country that we call our own, not the ones we have right now. What we have now is a jungle. And those who are coming together all in the name of coalition or everything is not going to make a jungle. And finally, let me correct the man in the studio who says Mr. Peter Obi was the reason why we have Labour Party. Just like everybody know, Labour Party has been in existence before now. Even Adrian Oshomole came from Labour Party. But what happened in Nigeria was not Mr. Peter Obi's orchestration. It was Nigerian people who rejected APC, PDP, and wanted an alternative. And they found Mr. Peter Obi, Labour Party, as the alternative. Mr. Peter Obi was the candidate of that party at that point in time. Anybody on that political party at that point in time would have enjoyed the same privilege, the same thing that Mr. Peter Obi enjoyed.
Thank you.
In 2027, Nigerians will decide, not coalition, not big names in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Because of time, that's the much we can take on the political segment, but we will continue to have this conversation in the coming week. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we've got Aisha B on the entertainment segment.